Hey everyone, I'm Joey. Today we're going to be looking at 5 different types of retirement accounts that you can open up for yourself and which one could suit you best. If you're an employer looking for 401ks for your employees, go check out my other video on employer retirement plans for employees. Sounds pretty boring, huh? Well, it may be boring, but spending 10 to 15 minutes watching this video could save you 10 to 15% on car insurance. Just kidding, it has nothing to do with cars. But it could seriously impact your finances in the long run, so I've tried to make this video as entertaining and informational as possible with up-to-date information as of 2020 to help you determine which retirement account is best for you. Before we get started, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the like button below this video. It helps my channel and it helps others find this information as well because YouTube promotes the videos with more likes. My YouTube channel and all the information in it will always be free to access, and I spend a lot of time researching these topics, so hitting the like button is a small, great way you can support me. Thank you for helping me out in that way while I try my best to help you and hundreds of others find financial answers in a simple format on the most accessed video platform in the world. I appreciate you. So you're trying to figure out which retirement plan is best for you, huh? Well, let's dive in. The 5 retirement account types we're going to be taking a look at today are the Roth IRA. IRA stands for Individual Retirement Account. The Traditional IRA, the SEP IRA, which stands for Self-Employed Personal Individual Retirement Account, the SOLA 401k, and the Standard Investment Account. All of these accounts give you access to the stock market. What? Yep. Once you open any of these accounts, you're going to need to 1. Fund the account, which means deposit money into this account, and 2. Invest that money into an index fund or a mutual fund. You can also buy individual stocks, stock options, and trade with margin, but we're not going to be talking about that in this video. For a retirement account, you need a safe place to keep your money over a long period of time that will grow steadily. No matter what account type you decide to open, your money is going to be invested in the stock market. That's how your investment grows. If you only fund your account, which is step 1, your money just sits in your account. However, your money can make more money for you if you invest it into the stock market, which is step 2. Investing into an index fund or a mutual fund is generally a safe option. A mutual fund is a pool of money that you can invest into that's managed by a money manager who invests that pool of money into several large growing companies. An index fund is the same thing except there's no money manager. It's just a collection of companies that you can invest into. By investing into a mutual fund, you agree to pay the money manager a small fee of everything that you earn in exchange for him to manage your money. Because these money managers know what they're doing and switch up their investments on a somewhat regular basis, it's generally a safe option to go with, especially if you're new to the stock market and don't really know what you're doing. These money managers will often make you more money even after taking their cut than an inexperienced investor can make on their own. For that reason, I personally invest into mutual funds so that someone else can watch the stock market for me so that I don't have to and just distributes my money how they think is best. Like I said, with a retirement account, you can also invest into individual stocks, but investing into a mutual fund is generally considered safer than investing into individual stocks. I trade individual stocks, but mainly I keep my money in a mutual fund. The mutual fund I invest into is TRBCX. This fund has averaged almost a 14% return over the course of 10 years. This fund is mainly comprised of Amazon, Google, Facebook, Apple, and a few other large growing tech companies. My investment grows with these companies because when I put my money into this mutual fund, I'm essentially giving these companies my money to make more money, and as the value of their company increases, so does my investment. So that's what's going to happen with any account that you open. So let's take a look at some different retirement account types. We'll start off comparing the 2 IRAs, the Roth IRA and the Traditional IRA. For both the Roth and the Traditional IRA, your annual contribution limit is going to be $6,000 for 2020. That means you can invest up to $6,000 every year into these accounts. If you open up both accounts, you could invest up to $12,000 every year, $6,000 in the Roth and $6,000 in the Traditional, but there might be better options for you, which we'll get into later in the video. Let's talk about how the money that you put into these retirement accounts are taxed. The contributions that you make to a Roth IRA are taxed in the year that you contribute them and not when you take them out after age 59 in retirement. For a Traditional IRA, you don't get taxed in the year that you contribute to that. You get taxed after age 59 when you make withdrawals from that account. There are benefits to both of these, but to figure out which one you're going to get taxed more or less on, it depends on how much you're making now and how much you plan to take out regularly from those accounts in retirement. So regarding how this money is taxed, the money that you put into a Roth IRA is taxed this year. The money that you put into a Traditional IRA is taxed when you withdraw it in retirement. Speaking of withdrawing money from your retirement account, there are a few restrictions when it comes to withdrawing the money that's in these accounts. With a Roth IRA, you can withdraw anything that you invest into it with no penalty. However, there is a 10% penalty for taking out any of the gains that you earned while your money is in this Roth IRA. For a Traditional IRA, there's a 10% penalty for withdrawing any of your contributions or more gains before age 59 and a half. This 10% fee is good for people who are not good at saving money because it costs them money to withdraw from this account. For investors or people who are disciplined with saving and budgeting on their own, this can be a drawback to not have the flexibility of withdrawing the money to put towards other investments like real estate or new businesses, etc. So to sum up, the Roth IRA and the traditional IRA both have annual contribution limits of $6,000 as of 2020. The money you invest into a Roth IRA is taxed this year. The money you invest into a traditional IRA is taxed in retirement. You'll be penalized 10% on both of these accounts for withdrawing any gains that you make in these accounts, and only with the traditional IRA are you penalized 10% for withdrawing any of your contributions before age 59 and a half. Now let's talk about retirement accounts for the self-employed. Hold on, I'm not done with you. It's not difficult to start an LLC business. All you need to do is come up with a business name, a business idea, apply on the IRS website for free for an employer identification number or EIN, and then register that EIN on your state Secretary of State website for a small fee, and boom, you're a business. Even if you don't do any business under this business name, this will allow you to open up a self-employed retirement account. So even if you don't plan to start a business, this could be a good option for you if you want to contribute more than $6,000 a year towards your retirement account. I'm self-employed, and self-employed retirement accounts offer higher annual contribution limits as well as less restrictions. Here's a comparison of the two main self-employed retirement accounts: the SEP IRA, which is a self-employed personal IRA, and the solo or individual 401k. So what are their annual contribution limits? For a SEP IRA in 2020, your annual contribution limit is either 25% of your income or $57,000, whichever one is lesser. For a solo 401k in 2020, the annual contribution limit is just $57,000. When I went to a bank that I shall not name, I wanted to open up a retirement account through their investment firm. I asked the financial advisor if I could open up a solo 401k because I knew this had the highest contribution limits. I'm a big saver, and my goal was to put as much money towards retirement as early on as possible. However, he pushed me towards the SEP IRA because I think that he got a bonus for signing people up for this retirement account. I didn't know any better at the time, and I didn't want to be rude and just pull out my phone and do the research in his office, so I was like, alright, sure, I just need a retirement account. At that point in time, I was only making about $50,000 a year, which would have made my annual contribution limit for the SEP IRA $12,500. If I had been firm with him and told him that I wanted the solo 401k, my contribution limit would have been $57,000. Honestly, I probably wasn't going to invest more than $12,500 annually to this account, but I still wanted the option because my goal was to invest as much into retirement as early as possible. For that reason, I started learning about finances on my own because I don't believe that guy had my best interest in mind, and I think that's a thing to do, especially with someone's finances. So let's talk about the SEP IRA and the solo 401k and how they're taxed. The SEP IRA is similar to the traditional IRA where it's taxed after you withdraw it in retirement. For a solo 401k, you can choose to either be taxed on it the year that you contribute or the year that you withdraw it in retirement. This provides greater flexibility, and another reason why I'm a little salty at that financial advisor at If you want even more flexibility, like unlimited annual contribution limits and no fees for withdrawing before you're age 59, consider opening an investment account. I would only recommend this as a retirement account option for those who are big savers and very disciplined with their finances. Personally, I stopped investing into my retirement account and only invest into my investment account for a couple of reasons. One, I'm a big saver and I'm very disciplined with my finances. I save over 50% of my paychecks and I'm very frugal with purchases. Two, I want access to the stock market without having any annual contribution limits. There's no contribution limits in an investment account, so I can put in as much every single year as I want. Thirdly, I think it's BS that there's a penalty for withdrawing my own money. An investment account allows you to withdraw your contribution at any point with no penalty. I'm an investor who's constantly looking for ways to have my money make more money, and I want to have access to my money whenever I want to invest it into real estate or a new business or whatever. I can invest into the same mutual funds, index funds, and stocks no matter what kind of account I have. So personally, I don't want an account with such restrictions or limitations like the first four that I mentioned. That's just me though. I spend literally only what I need to live and I save the rest. For other people who may be more tempted to spend, the 10% early withdrawal penalty may be good for your saving habits. Also remember, I'm not a licensed financial advisor. My opinions are just my opinions, they're not advice. What makes sense for me financially may not be the best option for you in your situation and your circumstances. You're gonna have to come to the decision on your own of which retirement account is best for you given your money habits, your income, and your future goals. Hopefully this has given you some insight into which retirement account is going to be best for you. Let me know what questions you have in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for some more finance and Hawaii adventure content. If you want some free stocks, check out the links in the description below. For finance worksheets, up-to-date information on my finances, and stock spreadsheets, check out my Patreon. Thanks for watching. I'm Joey. Talk to you soon.